Good afternoon, Utica. My name is Kari Puleo, and I am proud to be your Executive Director for the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce, as well as your host for the Leveling Up podcast. It's been a while since I've been in this seat, so it might take me a little bit to get back into it, but I'm really excited to tell you about everything that we have going on. It's been a really great week in this city. We started out with the State of the City address from Mayor Robert Palmieri, who is going to be ending his 12th year at the end of this year, followed by a wonderful event yesterday at Munson with our State of the County address by County Executive Anthony Picente. It's been such a fabulous 10 years of growth in the Mohawk Valley, and you can really see and experience it. Buildings are really coming up from the ground in downtown Utica. We've got the Nexus Center live and running. MVHS is going to be opening later this fall. Wolfspeed's got 500 employees between Wolfspeed and Danfoss, so things are really taking shape. You know, we've had a lot of doubters here in the past, but you cannot deny the economic development that's happening here. We were this past fall named the #2 fastest growing city in New York State. And it's really a testament to all of the leadership that we have in our city, in our county, and within our state. So it's such a really amazing time to be involved in the chamber. And I cannot be more excited and more happy for the growth that we have going on within our city. I've got a lot to tell you about, and I've got some fantastic guests. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we have going on at the chamber. This afternoon, we will be joined by Congressman Brandon Williams at 1 p.m. in our office for a small business roundtable. The really amazing part of the chamber and the work that we do is advocate for our small businesses. We want to make sure that we have policies that help our businesses to grow in New York State. So we work very closely with our elected officials to make sure that the things that affect your businesses on a day-to-day avenue are heard by our local elected officials. We make sure to constantly have communication with them through our monthly government affairs meeting. If you have something that's affecting your small business, we want to make sure that your voices are heard loud and clear at the city level, at the county level, at the state level, and at the national level. We represent you, and we are a very strong advocate for business. So make sure if minimum wages going up affect your business, if paying unemployment insurance affects your business, that you come to these meetings, you tell us the impactful stories so that we can advocate on your behalf. So that's something that's happening today. Our events have been bustling. If you have been to a business after hours, we have been busting at the seams. We had a tremendous start to the year at Town Square Media, where our members were able to see a radio show live in action, record New Year's commercials, have a live video show that they could be a part of, and make new connections. So we started off in January at Town Square Media. In February, we had amazing hosts at M&T Bank, and people were downtown in that gold dome, and we were packed. It was a wonderful evening to really start the new year off right. We had over 200 attendees, and we kept it going in March, kicking off St. Patrick's Day, which is always a really fun and special time in Utica at the 5 Points Irish Cultural Center. I don't think we could have packed one more person in that pub. And we really kicked off celebrating our diversity. You know, we're a diverse city with a lot of great roots. The Irish go way back, building the Erie Canal and all the work that they've done to develop and grow our city. You know, we haven't seen the economic development here, the dollars since the growth of the Erie Canal. That was the last time New York State really invested in the Utica area, and the dollars are now pouring in. So it's a really cool economic tie, as well as celebrating the diversity. So we were in March, we were at the Irish Cultural Center, and we will next be with one of our really good partners at the Adirondack Railroad on April 19th. We'll be there from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. And we only have less than 50 spots remaining for that business after hours. So if you want to climb on board with us, make sure you register today. The Adirondack Railroad's a really great partner for one of our other signature events, the Choo Choo Golf Open, which is always the third Friday in August. We are just about halfway sold out. So we've got room, I think, for 16 more teams. So if you don't want to miss the train, make sure you sign up for our Choo Choo Open. Talking about other special events we have. Our annual meeting always happens in April, and we will be holding it on Tuesday, April 25th at Monarch Banquets, and they're going to be a wonderful host. That begins at 5 p.m. We're going to have live music. This is an event specifically for our members, a free event, 2 tickets per member, and we're going to have live music, and we're going to talk about our new strategic plan, where the chamber is going as our city changes and grows. So make sure you sign up for that event. It's going to be a really great event. As I kind of started off, we talked about the state of the city, and Mayor Robert Palmieri will be ending his 3rd term this year, which means we are on the hunt for a new mayor. We have 4 fantastic candidates, and we want you to get to know them. We're going to be hosting a Meet the Candidates reception at the Nexus Center on June 6th with our partner, Sentinel Media Company. And it's going to be kind of like a big business after hours where you can really talk to the candidates one-on-one. There's not going to be speeches. We're going to introduce you to them in a very fun and casual way, and you can get to know the different candidates. And we wanted to do this because, you know, in a primary year where there's not a national election, where there's not a state election, voter turnout tends to be a little lower. And we wanted to make sure that the City of Utica residents realize the importance of the primary this year and get out to vote. So this event will be happening right before the primary. All 4 candidates will be in attendance. There'll be live music. You'll get a drink ticket. There'll be food. And you can go on a behind-the-scenes tour of the Nexus Center. So if you haven't gotten there, just another great reason to come to downtown Utica. So that is on June 6th, and registration's now open for that. We've got a lot of ribbon cuttings to celebrate. This evening will be at A&P Master Images at 4:30. They have, Howard and his wife Amanda have done a phenomenal job. You know, they started their business just in their home, and they've grown and expanded. They added a lot of new services. You're going to get great behind the scenes tours there. Monarch will be catering as well this evening, so come on down to Water Street, 4:30. We'll be cutting that ribbon, and they're going to have an open house till 7:30 p.m. Next week, NAMA Let It Go in New Hartford Consumer Square. Wednesday, April 12th, we'll be celebrating their 1-year anniversary. Allison has an amazing story. She was a registered nurse who had a passion for yoga. During the pandemic, you know, her life shifted a little bit. She was teaching in parks, she was teaching in her backyard, and just her passion for yoga grew. And mental health in the workplace is so important. So she really shifted her career and opened this beautiful, it is phenomenal in there, fantastic space in Consumer Square behind Five Guys. It's very serene, and she has aerial yoga. So if you're looking to do something different, not only like on the mat yoga, but you'll be in a sling. It's something great to check out. And she's going to be offering, if you come to her ribbon cutting, free classes that you can sign up for the following Friday. So if that's something you're just a little hesitant about and you want to check it out and celebrate all that Allison has accomplished over the past several years, come check that out on Wednesday, April 12th at 4:30, and then the following Monday, April 17th. I'm sure you know what I'm going to say before I even say it because it's been all over the news and people can't stop talking about it. Brooklyn Pickle is going to be opening here in Utica. Monday, April 17th at 10:30 a.m. We'll be cutting that ribbon, and we'll be all excited for the big sandwiches and their signature pickles. And the transformation of that building is just phenomenal. I've gone on a couple of tours in there with Craig, and it's amazing, and we can't wait for them to be neighbors. One other thing, our Catalyst Young Professionals group, they're doing a lot of things. They volunteer together. They are planning our summer cookout and our scavenger hunt. So if you want to get on board, if you have young professionals in your organization, you want to look for a way to get them involved, we encourage you to sign up for our Catalyst group email list on our website. On Wednesday, April 12th, after the ribbon cutting, they're going to be hanging out at Venice Pizza and talking about all the volunteer opportunities they have going on and scheduling for those upcoming events. Before I turn to the guests that we have today, I have to, of course, thank our sponsors. Our podcast sponsors for this season are Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield and our friends at First Source Federal Credit Union. So thank you to our podcast sponsors. And of course, our platinum sponsors who sponsor everything we do at the Chamber. We can't thank them enough for their investment. AmeriQ, the Kelberman Center, Master Vito Hyundai, MVHS, and StaffWorks. So thank you for all the wonderful things that you do for our community and for supporting the Chamber. Now, to the guests that I have with me today, I have two very special guests from MACNY. They are Yawa Zewou and Colleen Blagg. These ladies do phenomenal work at MACNY, and I want to talk more about the work that they do and also a very special program that they have going on. A little bit about their background. Yawa is the Workforce Development Specialist, and she's probably the newest employee that MACNY has, I think, correct? Yes. Yawa holds a master's degree in public administration from Cornell University. She spent several years working abroad and spent some time in the Peace Corps as well. She speaks 4 languages, English, French, how do I pronounce Iwa? Ewe, and Indonesian. She is passionate about education and workforce development, and she's excited about MACNY's new project in Utica, what we're going to talk all about today, diversifying the manufacturing workspace. And Colleen's been with MACNY since September, so she's a little bit more seasoned. She's the manager of apprenticeship and workforce development. She has managed the Youth Workforce Initiative at CNY Works, instituting a work readiness curriculum and implementing several projects geared toward underrepresented populations, especially youth. Earlier this year, she was a career readiness counselor for New York National Guard, a youth training and employment specialist at the Northwestern Workforce Development Board, and a career consultant with the Workforce Alliance. Colleen holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in International Affairs from Florida State University. And she might be the only person I know who moved from Florida to New York instead of New York to Florida. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us. So glad to have you guys here today. So one of the things when I talk to all of my businesses is really employment, the workforce, making sure people are career ready, because people finding jobs is probably one of the hardest things that we've seen, in our history is, we have more job openings than ever before, but we also need to make sure that the people have the right skill sets for the jobs that are open. So that's where you guys come in.
That's right. So MACNY is a trade association. We have about 300 members in the central New York region. We cover about 32 counties. The majority of our members are industrial, of course, because we are all about manufacturing. We've been around this is our 110th year. And one of the major focuses of MACNY is workforce development, because we've heard from so many of our members that they are struggling to fill those middle skilled positions at their facilities. So in 2016, we started a program called MyApp, so it's the Manufacturer's Intermediary Apprenticeship Program, and it is designed to help our members and some of our non-members, you don't have to be a MACNY member to join our program, to develop apprenticeship programs at their facilities. So MACNY is a group sponsor of apprenticeship, and so if you wanted to start a manufacturing apprenticeship at your facility, you don't know how to do all the paperwork and you don't want to deal with the Department of Labor, we do all that work for you. So it's been a very successful program. Again, started in 2016, and we're going really strong, and we're really pushing into the Mohawk Valley. And it's been fantastic to help develop those skill sets that people need to take them from the entry level into those middle skilled, high paying positions.
Yeah, so you really deal with both the member on the developing the apprenticeship side, but also the employee seeker on filling programs that you have, correct?
That's right, yes.
Yeah. And so one of the programs that you're really seeking people for, and what we're here for today, is diversifying the workforce in manufacturing, specifically here in Utica, which is a grant-funded program through Empire State Development that Yawa, you were specifically hired to work on, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the Rosie the Riveter.
Yes, so this is a pilot program that we're working on in partnership with the Mohawk Valley Community College and Working Solutions. So this program is specifically tailored towards women, because women are underrepresented in the manufacturing sector. So we want to get them involved and get them trained to get those skilled labor positions.
Yeah, so one of my favorite things about this program specifically is that when you're talking about getting women into the workforce, there's a lot of barriers. and this program has set you up from success from start to finish. Tell me all about the supports that you have involved with this Rosie the Riveter program and how women can get involved, and you'll help take care of what typically are barriers.
Yes. So, well, one, women think that they shouldn't go into the manufacturing sector because historically it's just been, jobs that typically men do, or we think that men can only do. But through this campaign, we're hoping to get women interested in manufacturing, train them, and let them see the different types of roles that they can do. And the grant is really great because it's free, and we're paying women a stipend for completing the program. And at the end, we'll help them get interviews with the manufacturers and help them with job placement.
And say I'm somebody who's really interested, but I don't have childcare or I can't afford childcare and go through this. Do you have the support for that?
Yes, we do. We will help you with childcare resources, even transportation. If you need to find a way to get to the classes, we'll help you get there.
Yeah, so you've really eliminated all the barriers for anybody to participate in this program, really to hold their hands and take them to the next level and add to our workforce. So tell me a little bit about what interested you in doing this work and what you're seeing in the women that you're recruiting for this, and put a picture out there for somebody who really doesn't know if this is for them and how it can be for them.
Yeah, for me, it was just about being in the community and working specifically in the Mohawk Valley region. I'm not too familiar with this region. I grew up in the capital region, but living and working in this region now, I want to get involved, especially with women. My experience deals with education and training and helping people find jobs after high school or college. So that's what really attracted me to this role. Additionally, we want women to know that it's possible. Whatever path you choose, whether you want to go to college or you don't, you can still be successful and the resources are there. A lot of the times people don't know that these things are possible, so we just want to get the word out.
Yeah. So Colleen, say you're a man listening to this, and this program isn't specifically for you, but you mentioned apprenticeships. Tell us about some of the apprenticeship programs that are available and why you're so passionate about working in this field.
Sure. So right now, MACNY sponsors 14 different trades in advanced manufacturing and IT. So our entry-level trade is called an industrial manufacturing technician, and that is a 16-month trade. You are earning while you're learning. So you are doing on-the-job training, you have a mentor at the facility where you're working, and you're getting paid for that time that you're there as you're learning on the job, and you're also taking college classes. So a lot of times people think, I really want to go to college, and there's a stigma attached to not having a college degree. But the great thing about apprenticeship is that you get to do both. So you're not missing out on the college experience. And what's really fantastic about apprenticeship is that your college classes are paid for. So you're not leaving your apprenticeship with a bunch of debt. You're actually making more money at the end of it than you necessarily might be if you had gotten that bachelor's degree and gone down that pathway.
So if you're an employer who's listening to this and you don't have an apprenticeship set up with MACNY, but you think that you are ripe for setting one up, how do you do that?
So you can give us a call. You can go on our website. It's macny.org. I'm sure you'll post some additional information. And all of our contact information is available on our website. And if you wanted to start an apprenticeship program at your facility, we could do that for you in 24 hours. So we are the experts at apprenticeship. So please give us a call if you have any interest at all. It's a great way to upskill your workforce, to retain your employees, and to recruit employees too. Because you're providing career pathways and you're showing your employees that you're going to make an investment in them, so they're more willing to stick with you.
Yeah. Yawa. So young woman out here heard the podcast. She's interested. How does she get more involved? How does she, or tell me how she gets involved, and then I'll follow up with another question.
Yes. So on our website, we will leave our information in your description. You can email me, call me whenever, and we will get you registered.
Give everybody your email and your phone number.
So my email is yzewou@macny.org, and the phone number?
is 315-474-4201, extension 61.
And my extension is 55.
All right. So let's say you're a young woman and now you've got she's got your contact information, but she's on the edge. What do you tell her specifically to make that phone call? Like what really could drive somebody to change their life with this program?
Honestly, you'll learn something new. It's 12 weeks. The first course starts May 2nd and ends July 27th. You get a $1,000 stipend at the end of the program, and we help you again with childcare, transportation, and any other needs that you might have that will hinder you from completing the course. And it's up to you at the end. If you choose to go into a different path, you can. If you want to go into manufacturing, then we'll keep helping you.
Yeah, and what does this time commitment look like? When are the classes? Where are they?
The classes are at MVCC every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5:30 to 8:30. And the Tuesday classes are in person, the Thursday classes are online. So you only need to be on campus once a week.
So the title of this podcast is called the Leveling Up Podcast. So I'm going to get a little personal with you ladies. What is it that you think women and young people seeking apprenticeships can do to level up, to expand their life, get to that next goal that they're reaching? What are your thoughts and advice for them? And what have you done personally in your personal life to level up?
I'll let you go first.
I'd say, start with the basics. So a good education, go to school, right? Get good grades, and look for volunteer opportunities, internship opportunities whenever possible when you're young, and really branch out. So I would say for me, I would never have considered an advanced manufacturing career when I was young, just because I didn't know what was out there. So definitely try to put yourself out there and try new things.
Yeah. So what does if I'm listening to this for the first time and I'm hearing an advanced manufacturing career and I have no idea, what does that look like for me on the day to day? What do I go to work and do?
So it's really varied. I mean, like I said, we have 14 different apprenticeable trades right now, but you could be a material scientist at Nucor, for instance, and you're making steel. And a lot of people will think that, manufacturing careers, those are dirty jobs. They're really not anymore. We've come so far since the early 1900s, I promise you. So they're really they're advanced science-oriented careers typically. And like Wolf Speed, for instance, they're so technologically advanced. You're really on the cutting edge when it comes to working in advanced manufacturing in the Central New York region and Mohawk Valley.
So what does my background look like, or what kind of skills put me in an advantage for a position like this?
You really typically just need a high school diploma to get your foot in the door in an entry-level position, and these are really good paying jobs from the start. So I would say you'd want to, have a great math mind for a lot of those positions, and you'll want to be able to work with your hands. So those are a couple different skills.
Yeah. And have you thought about anything that you've done to level up recently? Or do we put Yawa in the hot seat?
So, well, I'll put myself in the hot seat, and then you can go. So I recently just finished a program with NIATEP, so the New York Training and Employment Professional Organization, for a policy and advocacy academy. So that was really interesting, getting to learn how to advocate for policy changes in Albany.
Awesome. Love it. All right, Yawa, your turn.
Yeah, for me, I think just putting myself out there. Being open, being online. I see so many things happening in the Central New York area, Mohawk Valley region. The New York State website for development or labor. I think I actually came across MACNY by going on the website for New York State. So just browsing and just seeing what's out there, keeping an open mind. I didn't think I would end up, when I first heard Manufacturers Association of Central New York, I was like, is that something I want to do? But here I am today. Yeah. So just keeping an open mind, being willing to learn new things and explore different options, and you'll get there.
Awesome. Love it. All right. Thank you so much. Did I miss anything when we were talking about this opportunity that you really want to get out there to either the employers or to the job seekers?
So if you are a manufacturer who wants to get involved with Real Life Rosies and you're in the Mohawk Valley, we need your help. So we are looking for companies who are willing to give tours of their facilities to our participants, who might be willing to have one of their female employees come and be on a panel, or even to interview some of our graduates. So we are looking for jobs for our participants, for tours for our participants, for panelists to mentor our participants.
Yeah. And just one other thing to add. So the funds came from Empire State Development.
That's correct.
And this is a 2-year grant. So this is the first cohort of students that you'll have going through.
That's
So
right.
if it's not the right time for you right now, there is going to be another opportunity. Do we have the dates
Yes.
for the second opportunity?
The first course will run from May to July, and then the second one will probably start right after that in August.
Okay.
We may even possibly do 2 cohorts at the same time because we're getting a lot of women who are interested already. So yeah, and then after that, we'll keep doing 3-month courses throughout the next 2 years.
So if you have a high school graduate who's maybe interested and they're not graduated yet by May, come August, there might be a spot for her.
Yes, definitely.
Awesome. I love it. Well, thank you both so much for your time. I learned so much.
Thank you.
I think MACNY has really great opportunities both for our manufacturing members of the chamber, but also for job seekers. So if you have a youth in your life that you're mentoring, or somebody who is looking to upskill their work, or somebody that just isn't in a career that they're happy with and may be looking for a focus, there's a lot of opportunity to work with the programming that you have on kind of both the employer and employee side of the coin.
Absolutely.
Great.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's a
this has
pleasure
been-
being here today.
Yeah, this has been fantastic. I'm so glad that you were my first one back this year because you had so much information. It really made my job easy. So thank you both.
Thank you.
Well, we've got a lot going on today, so I've got to get back to my office. If you're hearing this live and you want to do a small business roundtable with Congressman Brandon Williams, we'll be there at the Chamber offices 1 p.m. Or if you're busy at 1 and you want to come meet up with me after work and tour AMP's new expansion today at 4:30, we'll be there this evening from 4:30 to 7:30 to celebrate all of the growth that's going on there, and it's going to be a fantastic evening. We're also entering into Holy Week, so have a very blessed Easter or Passover if that's what you celebrate as well. We're celebrating that holiday as well here. We're a very diverse culture here in Utica, so I don't want to leave out any of our friends or any of the spring celebrations within their faith. Stay kind, Utica. I will be back in 2 weeks with my friend who is our Businesswoman of the Year, Jennifer Kieda from Standard Heating, Cooling, and Insulating on April 20th. Look forward to seeing you then. Just a really quick thank you again to our sponsors, our podcast sponsors, Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield and First Source Federal Credit Union, and to our platinum sponsors, AmeriQ, Kelberman, Master Vito Hyundai, MVHS, and Staffworks. Have a great day.